My name is Dr. Sienny Chong. I'm a doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine. I have a practice here in Southern California in North San Diego called Carlsbad. And this is actually, I like to come on live every week to share with you some of the ancient wisdom and also some of the practices that I share with my patients every time they come in. I feel there's a gap between understanding of the Eastern philosophies of lifestyle, eating, supplements, and also how to get the core of taking care of the root condition before the symptoms show up. So we want to talk about more of prevention before any illnesses comes forward. And today I have actually a really good topic. I know a lot of people can relate to it because I also have this before too. Sometimes I write down notes on what my patient asks me so that I can actually answer them. And I thought, you know what, if I share this with you or everyone else that comes on my Facebook Live, that would be really great because these are information that I have in my brain, and to share it with the world will be a wonderful thing. So here goes. So this is the question that I've been asked. So hello, Sydney or Dr. Chong. Why am I craving sugar? I have this intense sugar craving, and sometimes it's like intense, sometimes it's not. And every time I finish my dinner, I want to reach out for a cookie or chocolate or something sweet. How do I prevent that? So here are a few, I wrote down notes here, so I'm going to kind of go over my notes here with you. So firstly, we want to look at deficiency, what you have, because sometimes when our body is deficient, we crave certain things. So for sugar, if you have a deficiency in magnesium, because magnesium is used in the regulation of glucose and insulin and the neurotransmitter dopamine, which is a feel-good hormone. If you also have deficiency of zinc, because zinc is needed for proper insulin and glucose utilization, this can also cause sugar craving. And, especially for chocolate or something like a nice cookie, so that will be like an intense craving for sugar. Sometimes that will come after a meal. So take a look at your magnesium and zinc first to see if you're deficient in those. And if you really want to quit sugar, I congratulate you because sugar is so hard to quit. It is harder than quitting some sort of a drugs or cocaine or even morphine or nicotine, because it really, sugar really alter the brain chemical for us. So our brain have a reward system that help us to survive as a species. So food is naturally some sort of like a reward, and consuming something sweet stimulate our brain, to know, hey, this is a good reward system. If I do this, I'm going to get a cookie. If I do this, I'm going to get some sweet. So that's kind of how we train our brain to, always crave that. And, an average person consumes about 22 to 30 teaspoons of sugar a day. That is too much because the recommended maximum is 6 teaspoons, okay? 6 teaspoons is a recommended sugar that you can take a day. Of course, if you reduce that amount to 6 from 22, there's going to be a lot of withdrawal symptoms that you'll be expecting. Okay, because you know how sugar triggers the release of dopamine, the feel-good hormone in the brain. So it's like if you're taking like some sort of heroin or cocaine, it's the same kind of feel-good dopamine too. So eating sugar regularly changes your brain so that it becomes tolerant to the sugar, causing you to require more to get the same effect. Okay, so sugar also has been shown to release some sort of endogenous opiates in the brain, which leads to a rush, similar to the person when you're injecting heroin. So all this leads to a vicious cycle of cravings and needing more sugar to feel good. So when you cut out sugar, your cravings get more intense and you can experience withdrawal symptoms as well. So firstly, how to detox from sugar? Because this is very physical manifestation of the symptoms, right? How the body reacts to quitting sugar is different from everyone. which symptoms you experience and the severity of these symptoms depend on how much sugar you have been consuming and how long you have been consuming. So withdrawal symptoms can last from a few days to 2 to 3 weeks. The longer your body goes without sugar, the less intense your symptoms and cravings for sugar will be. So you may find that symptoms are worse at certain times of the day, such as between meals, like, okay, 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, this is time for something sweet, right? Also after dinner, also craving for something sweet. Also stress is also known to trigger sugar cravings. So you may find your symptoms get worse during times of stress. Sugar detox can cause a number of emotional and mental symptoms. Also, you might be a little bit depressed along with the low mood, because you feel like, I don't have anything to reward me anymore. So you feel a little bit sad. And then also feeling of anxiety because you feel anxious, some nervousness, some restlessness, and some irritation. Of course, like, oh, I need my sugar. I feel bad if I don't take my sugar, I don't feel good. So these are some of the symptoms. And then sleeping patterns will change too. Some people experience changes in their sleep when detoxing from sugar. You might find it harder to fall asleep or stay asleep at night. And then also cognitive issues. You might find it harder to concentrate without when you quit sugar. And you may forget things and maybe harder to focus on your tasks at school or at work. Okay, so if you already cut sugar, you might find, if I eat potatoes, that should be fine, right? Or if I eat bread, or I eat potato chips or pasta. So, you might want to kind of feel like you need to substitute with something bigger carbs. So try not to do that because there's also sugar at the end of the day when it's processed down, right? So how do you beat the side effects? So there are some ways you can do to quit. Okay, so you can quit turkey. Try to eat less of prepackaged food, of soda or white flour or any simple sugar that will turn into sugar very fast, like white rice, potatoes, potato chips are some examples. Also, to help you with this craving, you need to add some more protein to every meal to avoid hunger and low energy during your midday. Let's say if it's 3 o'clock, you're like, should I get a cookie or should I get like a simple, like should I eat some egg or like a little turkey or some tempeh if you're vegetarian or something else that more of a protein. And okay, some nuts and seeds would be great too. Okay, if you or high protein vegetables too. Okay, like nuts and seeds. Next, you need to kind of include more high fiber foods to stave off hunger, and also that helps to control blood sugar. Because I think that if you take more legumes or beans or some nuts and seeds instead of the sugar midday, that would be really helpful for the brain to know that, hey, sugar is not the first thing you grab when you feel the need to eat something. And then stay hydrated with water. So I cannot emphasize enough how much water can help you to get hydration and to help you stay a little bit more full so that you're not grabbing the first thing for any sugar as well. So, and if you're taking fiber-rich food, you need some more water also to help to move the bowel system so you don't get constipated. Okay, next thing is, okay, so this is a question. If I quit sugar, can I start taking artificial sweeteners? So the answer is no. Try not to swap out sugar with the artificial sweetener because it actually will derail your effort because artificial sweetener encourage sugar cravings and dependence because it tastes sweet again. So you really don't give time for your taste bud to reduce the sugar craving. You're actually giving it something else that is still sugar. So the brain still signals that it has sugar in the system. So try not to swap out sugar with artificial sweetener. And of course, manage stress. If you feel stressed, you're more likely to grab the first, something sweet or soda. So manage stress if you feel that you're stressed, keep a journal, talk to a friend, write down, eat different things, nuts and seeds, have a handful of walnuts or pecans or almonds nearby that you can grab when you feel stressed instead of something sweet. And of course, exercise. Okay, so exercise is very helpful when you're going through the detox because exercise helps to increase energy and reduce stress, and also help to combat the withdrawal symptoms like low energy, like cravings and tiredness. Take a 15-minute walk if you have time during the day. If it's like after lunch, do a little nice walk around the neighborhood or around your office building, so you're not like sitting down and think about, oh, what should I eat next? Okay. And the next thing is drinking juicing greens. You can make your own green juice. I recommend spinach. Spinach has been studied in a lot of people who try to cut down sugar, to help them with the sugar craving, because spinach has some sort of elements in them or nutrients in them that helps the brain to let the brain know that it does not need so much sugar. So I would definitely do like a capsule form if you have. If not, then you can start juicing sugar and put other green juice like kale and beet in them too. And then of course get enough sleep, because if you don't have enough sleep, you have a little bit more craving for sugar as well. The first thing about being tired is that sugar helps you to kind of get awake, be awake. So get enough sleep, water, good fiber, exercise, manage your stress, and also juicing green juice. And lastly, one of the things that I always recommend for my patients that come in here is to do some bitters. So these bitters can be in a capsule form, or it can be in a food form. So I like bitter melon, which is a traditional East Asian and also Southeast Asian food. It's actually a vegetables that we cut and then we make into food, and you can take that. It actually helps to reduce sugar cravings. You can, if you don't find it in any of the Asian market, you take a capsule. You can buy them online. It's just called bitter melon, and take 1 to 2 capsules a day. That helps to regulate blood sugar level and avoid many side effects of sugar detox. If you make your own bitter food, you can do like arugula. Broccoli is also a bitter, and then what do you call it? The broccolini is actually also bitter too. So consume those in a 2-3 cups a day, and that helps to reduce sugar craving as well. Okay, so lastly, okay, we all sleep up. So if you feel like you're gonna eat, you ate a muffin and you feel really terrible about it, just realize that, okay, you will have up and downs during this journey. Sometimes, life gets tough and you just need a muffin, you just need one cookie, that's fine, but get back onto the horse after you fall down. So the next day, try to stay away from sugar, have other things in line in your pantry or in your fridge that is not loaded with sugar, so that way you don't feel so bad about having one slip up on the day before. So hopefully that helps you. Let me see what else is there here. Okay, so I'm going to post this up. If you have any questions, you can always leave me a message here. I would love to talk to you and get to know you and see other questions that you might have for me. Okay, that's it. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye now.